think she might even become triple champ.
Triple champ.
I think after whoever wins their AEW championship match, she's gonna go for the AEW championship.
If that happens,
You think that'd be bad booking?
legit, I was just about to say, if that happens, then we know for sure she has creative control. She got too excited.
She could not hold the TBS and the World Championship.
Oh man, it's Mercedes though.
It is Mercedes, but the division has 2 belts, and that's going to kill all the storylines. Welcome to Wrestling is Too Much Fun, guys.
Woo!
We're back, and we have a lovely guest, one of our favorite recurring guests. Which, by the way, guys, if you are into British wrestling, if you are a Brit person and you are not following this person, are you a really wrestling fan?
No.
Are you really a wrestling fan? It's Charlie from WrestlePurists.
Oh, I'm back again.
She is back again. Obviously, we have so much to talk about, and we are really grateful for her to coming to the show.
Of course. I love coming down.
She loves coming down. Yeah, we love her coming down. But how have you been, Charlie? How have you been?
I've been good. I've been busy. There's a lot going on. This week has been crazy because obviously we'll be talking about everything that's going to be going on. I went to a music festival recently, and don't plan a music festival in your busiest month of the year.
Which festival?
I went to Boardmasters.
Oh.
And it was sick. Like, I got to see Stormzy Live, Chasing Status, like Sam Fender.
Was that the one that he flew?
No, that was in Milton Keynes. That was a different one.
He went from a wedding, he flew in a helicopter.
And then went back to the wedding.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but you know what? I hear it though. Get your, your lifestyle stuff, your touch grass activities outside of wrestling first.
Yeah.
And then
lock in.
Immerse yourself. Now you're locked in. You're all in, baby.
I'm all in.
She's all in, baby.
It's gonna be great.
But anyway, before we get into All In, we have to say congratulations to easily one of the emotional.
Why are you crying but no tears? Do we even see the tears?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Congrats, Zack.
It's coming home. It came home.
It came home. Zack Sabre Jr. brought it home. G1 Climax. Zack Sabre Jr. has won the G1 Climax.
We love to see it.
We love to see it.
Yes, we do.
Did any of you watch it?
Yeah, I watched live.
Describe. Tell me everything, because I didn't watch it. Life has been lifing. I've not watched it. All I can just say is that I know that he must have smelled really good in the ring. And how do I know? Because we've smelled him. Saying. He smells really good, by the way.
Can confirm.
Zack, if you listen to this, please tell us your perfume.
Honestly, tell us your perfume.
So then we can tell other guys to be smelling like you too.
Thank you very much. We can endorse this perfume and encourage you, because if men don't listen to women, I'm sure men will listen to men.
Because let's just get real for a second. How have you wrestled for a good half an hour and you're still smelling
good, innit?
At the end?
I hear it.
Zack, tell us your secrets, yeah?
Exactly.
Please.
Anyway, back to the award-winning performance that was Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah.
Yep.
How was the G1?
How was it? Yeah.
It was sick. Like, I didn't watch all of like the tournament and that because I've been busy. But like that final match, I watched that match stood in my living room. I could not sit down.
Oh, wow.
I was stood up the entire match. And when he actually tapped Yota Tsuji out, I was like, oh my God, they did it. This is insane. This is life-changing. I am so happy. I cried. Like, it was like 10 a.m. I'd had 3 hours sleep, and Zack Sabre Jr. just won the G1. And I'm so happy for him. But he's not challenging at the Tokyo Dome.
Oh.
Yeah, he's broken tradition this year.
He's broken tradition. It's going to be in Ryogoku, I think, October 14th. So just before Royal Quest, which is on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
So Zack Sabre Jr. could come into Royal Quest on my birthday as IWGP World Heavyweight.
Any reason why? Has he said?
His favorite venue is Ryogoku. He wanted to break tradition. That's like his reasoning, like in his promo. My theory is that Naito can't hold up until the until the Tokyo Dome, and he's not going to be able to like do all the appearances that they want the champion to do because his knees are cooked or whatever. Love Naito. Think he's one of the greatest wrestlers in New Japan's ever seen. But they need a fighting champ.
Yeah,
that's not going to like fall apart in the ring.
Okay.
So you think that Zack Sabre Jr. has pretty much got the IWGP.
I think he's
championship.
got it on lock.
I think I would love it. You know,
Could you imagine?
I would love it.
Like Crystal Palace, him coming back with the belt.
Nah, the Crystal
That'd
Palace
be
will.
mad.
Crystal Palace will actually.
Wait,
fall
is
to his
that
knees.
venue again?
Is that Crystal Palace?
I hate that venue.
I love that venue.
No, the toilets. The
Okay,
toilets.
okay, maybe the
Look,
toilets.
Copper Box is the best venue they could do things at. Oh,
Yeah.
please. Copper Box. Crystal Palace, please.
But
No.
if
Those
you compare,
toilets.
like I went to Royal Quest 2022 and 2023.
Yeah.
The vibes for 2022 was so much better, like acoustically and like the environment. Like it was just like more rocking. I guess maybe they just didn't sell Copper Box as well or whatever. Like I don't know. I just prefer Crystal Palace for like the New Japan environment. I think it looks better. But I do love Copper Box as a venue. It's gonna be sick on Saturday.
I've never been to a Copper Box.
Sorry,
venue,
I gotta
but-
think about logistics. No queues for food because there's so many places for food. Please. The
Yeah.
toilets, so many decent. We suffered in that Crystal Palace.
Oh, do you know what?
The seating in Crystal Palace, if you're not on the floor, it's awful.
Oh, we suffered. I'm sorry. We gotta speak about logistics. No matter how much I enjoy watching wrestling, I gotta be comfortable.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But oh no, that sounds really good. I'm so happy for Zach.
No, do you know
And I
what?
look forward to it.
He's the second Gaijin.
Mm-hmm.
First British born,
Mm.
second Gaijin to win the G1 Climax. Obviously, they had to give it to Kenny Omega. I mean, duh.
Yeah.
But
That means they have a lot of trust in him.
they have, yeah. But then we were also having this conversation. Like, we were saying that I asked Charlie, obviously, prior to this, and like, why Zack Sabre Jr.? Not to say that obviously he's not legit, but like, when you think of all the other foreign-born competitors that have come into the into New Japan, like Zack Sabre Jr., they must trust him and they must like really love him.
I know you want to say his name. Say his name. I know you want to say why a certain person didn't win.
What certain person? I want you to guess.
Oh, remember this is an Osprey fan account.
We mentioned this, didn't we?
Not even fans.
We
fan
didn't.
account.
We didn't.
but-
We did mention Will Ospreay, and obviously you came up with a good.
What was the reason? Why do you not think Osprey? Why do you not think they didn't give it to Osprey?
I think Osprey hasn't won it yet.
Oh,
because
yet. Okay.
He's still like super young, realistically, in the world of wrestling. And when he did hold the belt, he got injured. Obviously, not his fault, but that a company like New Japan, that's going to put you off someone for a little bit. So I think that AEW is going to send him to do the G1 in like 2028, and he's going to win it that year.
Oh my god, 2028.
Like, like
That's
when
a long time.
It is a long time, but like in wrestling, is it really?
I want to say yes, but is it right?
And I also mentioned Bryan Danielson as well
Yeah.
as a potential, but obviously
His
time
time's gone.
is
So-
coming. We'll discuss that later when we'll talk about our All In predictions. But yeah, Bryan Danielson. But then again, there's been other names as well. But I mean, not to obviously take away from Zack Sabre Jr.'s, achievement. Like, it's a fantastic achievement. And obviously, he has more longevity in New Japan. It doesn't look like he's going to leave New Japan anytime soon. Doesn't look like he's going to jump ship. And he looks comfortable. He's loved. Everybody loves him. So, yeah, man. I can't wait. If he actually wins the title, I will actually scream.
I will cry
I
again.
will scream the house down.
I think I'm away. I'm not gonna see it. I'll have to watch it later.
Watch it
Yeah.
later. But no, if he actually wins this title, I would actually love.
So
I would
happy.
be like, it's coming home.
It's coming home.
CSJ is coming home. Nah, but well done to Zack Sabre Jr. for winning that achievement, and can't wait. Cannot wait for October the 14th. See how it goes. But yeah.
Sorry, that was my stomach. Anyway.
But yeah, obviously, following from that, we had a good time at RevPro Summer Sizzler.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
We had a good time. Oh, let's not even
It was
get
very
into
hot.
that.
It was very hot.
It was a hot day. Did you watch? I know you weren't there, but did you watched it, right?
I've watched the main event.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the rest of the show yet. I'll get around to it eventually.
No, do you know what?
It's been busy.
I think it was a decent show.
It was a decent show.
I was told it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was obviously, you could tell it was a build up to what's happening in Copper Box this weekend. What's the show called?
I'm trying to
again?
think what
Road
was the best
to-
match.
Road to
What was the show? It's Summer Sizzler.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was more so like a build up to Road to what's happening on Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
I
the 12th
forgot.
anniversary show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 12th anniversary
What's
show.
that called?
the 12th anniversary show.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I can remind you of some of the matches.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what the main event was not the best match.
Yeah, but we'll be talking about the main event more so in our review today.
Dijak's match.
I'll go through the matches, and then obviously you can tell me if they were memorable or not. Obviously,
I'll be like yay or nay.
Yeah, Charlie, if we obviously, we'll let you know how these matches went. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, first of all, we had our own little main event outside.
Emotions were hot outside.
Emotions were quite hot outside.
I had to get my diplomatic voice on.
Summer Sizzler is the correct name to give to an event like this. It was hot. It was York Hall, and York Hall does not have air conditioning. And you can feel the fact that they don't have air conditioning outside of the venue as well, right? So, oh my God, how do we start? So obviously I'm coming in, yeah. First of all, I think what we need to address here on a real level is that there is some accessibility issues and there is a lack of knowledge of what goes on in Brit wrestling events. Now, obviously, I wouldn't have thought that this is a singular issue, but it seems to be it's an issue across a lot of, companies, and a lot of like people have suffered these issues. So obviously, long story short, I mean, I was profiled. Obviously, Nat had to come in with her diplomatic self to be able to mediate the situation, which thank goodness she did, because I was ready to blow my head off. So basically what happened...
I was losing it a little bit.
I was losing
Natasha had to come in with a big word to help save me. Even I was using big words, but we needed that extra big word. We needed that extra, like, wrestling Rhapsody. I'm not going to obviously state her business out here, but she's a very qualified individual to be able to mediate these situations. Yes. So she came in and obviously she said a few words as well, and shout out to her. One day we're gonna get her on the show as well. Love her. When we plan logistics. But Wrestling Rhapsody, she came in. Shout out to Jadira as well, because but yeah, came in, was profiled for, obviously, like, I'm not gonna spread my business too much, but I am on, like, I have my things that I bring to shows. You know what I mean? For health reasons.
For health reasons, yeah. So come in, and then security's already labelled me as a smuggler. Well, we're talking about smuggling stuff inside. I don't know what coke is going to do for me at a RevPro show. I don't know what, meth. I don't know. Anything that, what other drugs can do for me.
Wait, hold on. Really random. Charlie, do you vape?
Yeah.
Would you vape at a wrestling show?
If it was indoors, no.
I mean, but people were vaping indoors. It was a vape cloud.
People were vaping, and that was allowed in.
Respect.
That was allowed in. So obviously, like, I had a bit of a run-in with security, and it just, like, really, it was embarrassing. I can't lie. It was really embarrassing in the sense that, and it was really heartbreaking in the sense that, what if, like, the clear ableism that is going on, like, just because it sparks this conversation about, just because, like, not all illnesses are visible, but you've already profiled me as somebody that is bringing in something, and then on top of that you wanted to get physical with me. Like, so obviously that happened, and it was just like, it was actually like I said, it almost ruined my day. It almost ruined my day, because it was just like, why? Like, fair enough, I'm going through this, but what if, like, more, like, there's other people going through this? Because I tweeted about it, and so many people came forward and said,
I didn't even know you tweeted. I
tweeted it.
I missed this tweet.
No, I tweeted about it, and then people came forward and were like, yeah, York Hall. Like, obviously they were saying, fair enough, it's RevPro, like, give RevPro a chance because it's not them. It's more so York Hall security. But you're both working together. Yeah. Like, you could at least have a conversation with the York Hall security and be like, relax. There is some accessibility. Like, we need to be able to work towards this. And it's not even just me that has the problem. I know that there has been sort of what's the word? There's been a not investigation, but there's been research been put onto it, which I highly recommend people should read. It's by Awfully Waffly and Penciled In Nick. She is she works with RevPro as well, and they've made some good research which I highly recommend you people read.
Absolutely.
And taking the results of that, accessibility in Brit wrestling is an issue, and it needs to be discussed, and it needs to be, because it's unfair for people to be walking into these venues. You're asking for very personal information that even the NHS is reluctant to give to patients, let alone me randomly giving it to a security guard. And on top of that, the way you handle people with these accessibility issues is shocking. Like I said, being physically pushed and have my hand slapped out of a woman's face.
I got elbowed.
She got elbowed as well for
trying to separate.
And do you know what's crazy about it? 5 guys literally surrounded me, like, just because obviously I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna defend myself in front of this in front of a woman. If you're accusing me of drugs, you're pushing me and then you're slapping my hand out of your way, what do you want to do? So what do you think I'm gonna do? Stand there like all meek and stuff? Like, no, of course not. I'm gonna say my piece. And then obviously Natalie is one of the smallest people I know there. And for you guys to literally elbow her, like, it's crazy.
I'm just a cute little petite babe.
Like, it wasn't very cute, it wasn't very demure, it wasn't
no
very mindful. Like, come on, like, first of all, that out the way. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, accessibility at these Brit Rest shows needs to be discussed, and I really hope that somebody out there is listening and going, like, helping, because everybody deserves to enjoy wrestling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
no, absolutely. I'm gonna fake click, because the last time I did a click, my nail fell off. But, here. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
So definitely that out of the way.
Yeah.
And then RevPro as just as general, it was a decent show. It was a decent show.
I should just also add that actually RevPro have a duty to work with people who experience accessibility issues. If you want to actually be a lot more inclusive, you have a duty to work with your fans and see how you can create a space that welcomes everybody. So I'll leave that there. But
I mean, I know York Hall's important to them and their history, but if York Hall's going to have this security team that repeatedly make it a horrible experience for fans, stop going to York Hall until they sort that issue out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have said that York Hall is the issue.
It's only York Hall.
That's
I've
interesting.
Never had issues
and
at,
so
like,
then
Copper
let's
Box
go
or
back to the
anything.
Copper Box again. I'm telling you this. Stick to the Copper Box. I don't even live in East, and I'm willing to go there because it's a good venue. So just throwing that out there. But yes, okay, I didn't know that York Hall was.
But even like the
primary
smaller
issue
venues they run for, like the Live in Londons and Live in Southampton and stuff like that, never heard anyone having issues with those. It is literally just York Hall.
Interesting.
But anyway,
York Hall, you'll pay for your sins.
You'll pay. You will really pay. But anyway, like I said, on like that message across. On a serious note, let's get back to looking at Summer Sizzler as a whole. How did you feel about it?
Maybe my night was a bit dampened because of everything that happened as well. Also, sort out your bar. I missed the first match because I was trying to, in order to be like, let's have a good night, I got her a double. But I had to wait like 30 minutes for the double.
What?
And then like it was just in the queue so long. And then there was obviously no food. So the way I just bought everything, I bought crisps, I bought Snickers. I haven't eaten Snickers in years. I bought Snickers just, but overall, there were certain people that I really enjoyed watching. Leon Slater, as usual, brilliant man. Jack Cartwheel, sorry again for saying that you didn't do enough cartwheels. I didn't mean it. And we love you.
Did you say that to him? Yeah. That's incredible.
Literally, we did it. Oh my God, we had a
I don't
story.
know what came over me. I went a bit vicious in a lot of the stories. I called MJF a dickhead. Like, I was a bit mean. But it was, yeah.
Listen.
Something came over me that
literally,
day.
I'm not going to lie. RevPro does good shows that bring out the adrenaline out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all pumped up as we can tell. I mean, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But no, do you know what? There was some really good.
And the match with Dijak.
Dijak was really good.
That was such a good match.
Dijak and Robbie X.
So it was going to be a good match.
Yeah.
It was
Robbie
going to be
X. I love Robbie X.
It was
Robbie's
going to be a
so
good match.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie though, because side note, you know Bryan Danielson was touring London around a bit,
walking in Marble Arch.
Do you know what? I was hoping that after this match, maybe he might just come, have a little face-off with Robbie X,
Oh.
I was hoping that. Was it just me?
No, I didn't think of it.
No, because you know what? Robbie X, when I've like come on RevPro, right, he does face off quite high-end, like not high-end. I mean, no, he does face off quite high-end wrestlers.
Like they trust him. His capabilities.
When they have like the imports coming in,
Yeah.
Robbie X is like the guy they go to. Like they did it with Leo Rush. They did it with Mustafa Ali.
Yes, they did. That was such a great
that
match.
was a really good match. We were there for that.
Yeah, we were there.
I was there for that match as well.
Yeah. It was a good match. So I was hoping a little bit like maybe Bryan Danielson might just come in.
I see the vision, but if Danielson was going to face anyone from RevPro, I wanted it to be Conor Mills so bad.
Oh my God. Yes.
Because Conor Mills has faced Hechicero and Zack Sabre Jr. Bryan Danielson has wins over both of those guys. He just needs to beat Mills now and complete the circle.
Right.
Listen, you see the vision.
I see the vision.
You see the vision. That is beautiful.
Cardiff, Wales.
Bring it.
Conor Mills.
Bring Conor Mills. Give him his big shot because Conor Mills has been killing it, man.
He has been. He doesn't get the respect he deserves at all.
I want to see more of him. Like I feel like he's gonna go big places. And you know what? Like on the side note, he's so humble.
Yes.
So kind.
He's
so lovely.
speaking to him in person. He's like so different to his character.
So different to his character.
He's like so like withdrawn. He's so like chill. Like he's super lovely.
Super lovely. Like Conor Mills.
He got a lot of chants that night.
Did he? Like people were loud for him. That makes me happy.
Yeah. The run-in with what's his name? Something.
Ethan Allen?
Ethan Allen, there we go. Yeah, the run-in, and they weren't chanting for Ethan, they were chanting for Conor. Yay. So, no, he got a lot of love that night. But yeah, so the match with Dijak and Robbie X. And then also, shout out to Trevor Lee.
And Luke Jacobs.
Cameron Grimes. I just wish... there was so much potential. But anyway, NXT. We'll talk about that another time.
Oh, real quick as well. Shout out to Robbie X because he's actually like in Mexico doing the CMLL Grand Prix at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah, man.
Period.
He's repping the UK, repping RevPro over there.
Period.
Okay.
So much love to him because that's sick. And I'm
Shout out to him, man.
Much
See,
love.
the trust.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The trust and faith.
He's their ambassador. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, awesome. But yeah, those were like, I think the highlights.
No,
of the
definitely.
night.
Luke Jacobs and Trevor Lee was a good match. Luke Jacobs, do you think he's going to take the title?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
I've been convinced for a while.
No, for sure. I mean, we'll talk about the match later, but he did have a run-in, and I think that solidified that, something is going down, and they definitely trust him as a main eventer. So, no, for sure.
It'll be interesting, though, because he's also Progress World Champion.
Oh, double champion.
This is like unprecedented in the Brit Rest scene, like for someone to hold the Progress and the RevPro World title at the same time. But Progress have another show on Monday, so if he wins the RevPro belt, he might not hold that other title as long. Like,
at least he gets that little
that
2 day 2 day slot of being saying I'm double champion of the Brit
2
Rest
days.
Scene. Imagine saying I'm champion of the Brit Rest scene right now. What are you gonna do?
It's like no one's on top. Like.
No one, and then obviously whoever takes.
Oh, 2 days.
He's facing Kid Lycos at Progress on Monday.
Okay.
Oh, he's holding it. He's holding it. It's no offense to Kid Lycos, but come on, like he's holding it. He's holding it. But
unless Progress are going to be petty about it.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. To be continued. There's one match that I really loved. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Danny Luna and Nina Samuels.
Oh, did you really like it?
Do you know who I really like? I love Nina Samuels.
Yeah, I did say we can never hate her.
I love Nina Samuels so much. Like, you can actually never make me hate her. Like, I'm her biggest fan. Like, she is just so...
Nina, are you hearing this?
She is just so good. She's actually really good. Like, I love her. I love the theatrics of what she does.
Yeah.
Like, I like her character. It's very... theatrical Cirque du Soleil type circus master
with the hat and the
the skirt, and just like I said, very circus master kind of vibes that I really love. And then on top of that, the brutality that she displays in the ring, like she's strong as hell. Like obviously we watched her in like a close span. Like before Summer Sizzler, we watched her in Hustle, and she was facing off against Tate Mayfairs and
I don't remember who else was there.
Oh, this is bad of me. But she had a triple threat, right? And like I said, to go off against two like really strong competitors and then still come out like looking strong as well. Like I just love Nina Samuels, and I want to, like I said, I want to see her go places.
Yeah,
like, I want to see her. You know, this is where I think the Chidera brought this up. Yeah, this is where the conversation of, you know, an AEW International Women's Champion should come up, because then you've got competitors like even Danny Luna. I'm not even gonna lie, Danny Luna was killing it as well.
Yeah.
But then you've got so many competitors in the Brit wrestling, like who can just like have this moment, because obviously we're going to talk about MJF and Michael Oku down the line, and you know, these opportunities that you can have and these potential matchups you can have, and then I just love Nina Samuels.
I think she's great.
Shout out to Nina. She knows we exist.
She knows we exist. I'm so glad she knows we exist.
She posted my video.
One day we will have her in the studio.
That'd be
and
sick.
she will tell us everything, because I'll have so much to ask her. I want to know everything. Where you started, where you got, where do you come from, where do you go? You know, just so much. I just love her. I love her so much. Even she's supposed to be like a top. She's the top heel. I don't care what anyone says. She's the heelest of the heel. She's
like the best women's heel in Brit wrestling. I think. Like I really like the Cutthroat Collective stuff that RevPro are doing right now. I think that it's great that they're finally focusing on women's wrestling to that degree. But like Nina on her own as a heel, she's so good at it.
She's so good.
I think she's talented. A heel at like every promotion I've ever seen her as. I've never seen her as a baby face. I don't think I've seen her
as a face. Yeah, no, I can't think of. But she's a face in RI.
But I don't like. But sometimes just do what you're good at.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. And it's not broken.
It's not broken.
Let's not fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, do you know what? Love me some Nina Samuels. And yeah, overall, they had the tag team #1 contenders match, which went to
Sunshine Machine.
Exactly. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it was kind of obvious because because of they're doing the whole when Sunshine Machine lose a match, they have to break up in RevPro. Like, they can't team together anymore. So I was like, well, they're definitely going to be facing GYV at the Copper Box. So I was like, okay, so they're winning at Summer Sizzler as well. And the match for the Copper Box is official. They put the graphic out yesterday, so.
Oh, looking forward to it?
Yeah. I like tag team wrestling.
There was a reservation there.
I was just about to say, we've got a tag team wrestling enthusiast here.
Oh. Are you sure? It sounded like you were reserved there.
No, but she tells the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because of the story they're telling with Sunshine Machine, like, it kind of just makes the results a bit obvious, and I don't like that about matches. But like, in terms of like just a straight up match, I think this is going to be great. GYV are great. Sunshine Machine are great. I'm excited. I think it's got potential to steal the show, and it's like a loaded card. So.
Okay.
But tag team wrestling in general in wrestling at the moment is really sad and makes me depressed.
Oh my god.
We'll talk about the All In match.
The All In match. Listen,
brother.
I feel like I'm the only person in this world.
Well, should we go to All In Predictions then?
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Are we not talking about MJF Oku yet? We're gonna skip that.
Oh,
that one
we'll
is
do
to
that
the
later.
reviews.
We'll do that the reviews.
Okay.
You're going to have to read out the All In matches, because I don't know what's going on except for 2 matches.
The thing is, the All In matches, now, okay, obviously we're now moving into All In territory, right? Now, All In, okay, AEW have this habit now. We're going to suddenly see a random match after Collision be announced for All In. So, obviously, we are just going by what's based on what is been announced so far.
Should we date the podcast? Should we tell them when we're filming this?
So this podcast will be released on Saturday, the 24th?
Yes.
Of August.
Yes.
Please, the validity of this show is, but, you know, the
Dynamite in Wales has not happened yet.
Exactly, and I feel like after that we're gonna get more.
Please take that into consideration. Thank you.
So please take that. Yeah, exactly. Take that into consideration. So first of all, okay, let's get a bit of a.
Should we start with the tag match?
Start with the tag.
Start with the tag match.
Let's get the bad bit out of the way. Let's do
okay.
it.
So what's the tag match?
So we've got the Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed.
Oh, I did see this. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Charlie, do you want to get some things off your chest?
Bro, this is so lazy in terms of booking. And the way that they got to this match was so stupid because of... I just popped a nail off. That's how angry I am.
What did I tell you? That's why I'm not clicking.
Listen, we need an intermission. we need a nail break. As you can see, all of us have got nails.
We've all got the nails.
We've all got the nails. We're all ready for this
reglue it.
weekend. But listen.
I'll reglue it in a minute. But, the way they got to this match, because the Acclaimed won the Eliminator match like 2 months ago, and then they just stopped acknowledging the fact that they had a title match until like the other week. And then that ended in a fucking however they did it, like the disqualification finish because FTR got involved, and then they did the time limit draw on the Collision. It's just like, this was the most telegraphed feud. You should have just announced the triple threat on the Dynamite. We didn't need to do another match. We all knew what was coming, and the fact that I wrote an article last August that FTR versus the Young Bucks at All In was the turning point of the division, and it's going to be great for the next 12 months, and they've got all the pieces to like have a really great year of tag team wrestling.
I think you jinxed it.
I think I jinxed it, and we're back in the same place with two of the same teams.
You got too excited.
The same All-In match.
You got too excited.
I got too enthusiastic, and tag team wrestling in AEW hasn't been like genuinely good since like late 2022.
Ooh.
There was a time when tag team wrestling in AEW was
like
popping.
that era that had like
Wow.
Swerve in Our Glory, the Acclaimed, like Jurassic Express.
Oh yeah,
There
Jurassic
was
Express.
like the Lucha Bros, Team Taz, and then like a bunch of those teams split up, and the Acclaimed were the only ones that survived.
Right.
And
Okay.
the Acclaimed got so over.
They were so over for so long.
And then I think obviously one of them opened his mouth a bit too big, and then it kind
Got
of
big,
just went,
too big for its boots.
exactly,
like.
and it just went a bit downhill for them. But me personally, I could never complain about a Young Bucks versus FTR
I saw
match.
your tweet. You seem quite happy.
I love it. I can never because I don't know why. I just love FTR. Like, I actually love FTR with all my heart. They're my favorite tag team. I'm so sorry.
I am the biggest Young Bucks fan in the world. They need to lose these belts. I swear to God.
Who do you think would actually get it between these?
I think that the Acclaimed are in this match to take the pin, and FTR is winning the belts.
You think FTR winning the belts?
I think FTR are walking out of All In with the belts. I've never seen the Young Bucks win a tag match live.
Serious.
And I don't think that this weekend will change.
Were they in
it.
a tag match last year when we were there? They were. No,
They
FTR
didn't.
FTR
won.
was. Yeah,
FTR
FTR was. And they won.
Really?
Okay.
I
I think FTR are winning the belts.
I thought Young Bucks would probably walk out champions, or even the Acclaimed.
Oh, if they put the belts on the Acclaimed, I'm going to be pissed.
No, but no, a lot of
Motor
people.
City Machine Guns, where you at, bro?
Yeah, they've been teasing like a debut.
Motor City. Motor City. Sorry.
They've been teasing.
I don't want them there.
Really? Where do you want them?
Can we go back to old TNA?
Anyway.
No, I don't know. There's something about them being just not utilized in the way that I know they could be that I just don't. Unless, like, our dear friend Charlie said, where like maybe there will be a revitalization of the tag team scene and they're there to sort of bring them up.
That's exactly
Great.
what I thought that they should have been
but I don't
given
trust
to
it.
do.
I feel like
I don't trust the booking of AEW.
yeah,
with the tag divisions.
I don't trust it. I feel like we'll get swept up with the excitement, and then next thing you know, they'll split them. Maybe.
Nah.
Do you not think? Maybe. Because they've not been together for a while. There've been periods where they've like separated and they've been in different promotions for a bit. So they're
like doing different indie days.
yeah.
Yeah, but
and
that's the
stuff.
indies, isn't it? Like
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I just don't trust that, like, you know, it will bring some form of cohesiveness. I think, you know, they'll bring them in and then they'll be forgotten about. The roster's so big.
The roster's very big
already.
It's a very big roster. But like, how many like established tag teams do they have? Really?
No, yeah. But I mean, will they actually put as much effort in establishing tag teams?
I think that they would. Like, I think that they should bring the Motor City Machine Guns in and just have them be gatekeepers and have them, like, literally come in, cut a promo, be like, your tag division is the dog shit right now, and we're here to fix it. You now all have to come and beat us. And I think...
Tony Khan, write that down.
No, that would actually be good,
I thought that they should have done that prior to All In and have the match be Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks, and the Machine Guns win the belts and be like, well, now we're the face of the division. Come step up and prove yourselves.
That's actually a really good idea.
It would have been so easy.
It literally, you have the recipe, you have the thing.
Yeah. You have the pieces.
Just execute it. But no, that's actually lit, you know, because it's like the Young Bucks are giving Captain Save a Hoe at this point. Like every time they have to like step in and sort of like, oh, we're the face of the tag team division right now. But I don't know, for me, the sense, like, what I'm getting from the Young Bucks is they're tired. Like, you need to pass it on to somebody else now. Like,
I don't think they're tired. I think they're selfish.
When I say tired, I don't mean snooze tired. I mean, you're tired.
Oh, they're like, checked out. Oh, okay,
yes,
okay. Like Randy Orton when he can't be bothered.
Yeah. And it gets to a point where it's just like, okay. Because you said an interesting point, like, obviously they've got established, like, the interesting point is they have the established tag team.
They're not using them.
They're not, the teams are already there at their point. And now when you get to a point where it's just like, oh, we're established, we deserve this, that, and the fourth. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Whereas there's like, the reason why I guess that the Acclaimed has been able to sort of be like favourites at the time they were is because when they entered AEW, they were not established. They were new guys. They were like...
They were Tony Khan's little project.
Exactly.
Put them together.
So obviously when you've got the Young Bucks, you've got FTR, you've got even Lucha Bros to a certain extent. They've already had tag team glory. They've already had tag team success. Like, it gets tired when it comes to these three, but then, like, you know, allow space for people to sort of grow. And I think that's the issue that they have it. But that Motor City, you know, analogy is fantastic. Come up and prove yourself to us, because even though you are still established, sometimes you can fall back. You can still have your days where it's just like, oh, we've been slow. Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't lie, I still can't complain about a Young Bucks versus FTR because they kill it all the time, man. I remember, what is it, Ring of Honor? I can't. No, wait. No, actually, it wasn't them. It was Ring of Honor FTR versus
Briscoes.
The Briscoes. I think that was literally that. I think that
trilogy is one of the best tag team trilogies in like ever.
I could not believe what I was watching, and that is when I just started getting into like AEW as well.
Really?
And I just. This is why I love FTR. They've given me some of my best matches.
Your best matches.
She's like, you got a lot to learn, girl.
We'll use that to go on through the rest of them. What are the other matches that we can...
Are we predicting who we think's going to win the matches? Like, I think it's FTR.
Yeah, you said FTR. You said...
I thought it was going to be Young Bucks. I think
you said it's going to be Young Bucks. Stick with that. I have no clue. I don't watch it. So I will move on.
And then
give us the next ones.
Okay. What match are we gonna go for? Okay, we'll leave that one till last. How about Timeless Toni Storm versus the Glamour Mariah May?
Oh, I'll give it to Toni Storm.
You giving it to Toni Storm?
I'll give it to Toni Storm.
I reckon.
Again, this is me who doesn't watch it that often, but I really have enjoyed Toni Storm's character with what she's doing. I know not everyone does, but I've really enjoyed it. And I think there's a lot of trust in the work that she's doing. So I think they could give it to her. Although I did watch something recently with Mariah May, so it could easily be one or the other. I'm just betting on Toni Storm. No money involved.
Charlie?
I think they're giving the belt to Mariah May.
You think so? So early on in her career. Why?
Because, like, the way that they've told this story and the way it's been built since literally the day that Mariah debuted, like, if they, like, I think that the match at Wembley is going to, like, everyone's anticipating them having a really great match. I think it's going to be so much better than people are even anticipating. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. And when, like, All In's the time for making stars, man. And, like, I think that you have to take that opportunity for Mariah, who has come leaps and bounds in her career, into like with her in-ring, from even like her debuting in Stardom and like doing all of the work she did over there. Like she improved leaps and bounds there, and she's only gotten better in her AEW run as well. So I think that they just have to take that leap and make a star. But I wouldn't be sad if Toni Storm retained as well. I think she's been doing the best work of her career with this. So
this is why we like Charlie and stuff. But no,
I do think it's Mariah's time. It is all about Mariah. If you
what's the stipulation?
There's no stipulation.
Oh, because she said bloodbath, so I thought there was gonna be.
No, I just think that they're gonna bleed because of how much vitriol.
Okay,
there is
between
in this feud.
yeah. Okay, who do you?
You guys are gonna be shocked when I say that. I can't lie. Okay, first of all, I'm not the biggest Toni Storm fan.
Mm.
However, I do recognize good work when I see good work.
There you go.
And I'm not gonna lie, maybe the hateration was clouding my eyes on Toni Storm's work, and like I didn't want to believe that this is Toni Storm, because I thought that the previous iteration of Toni Storm was just pants.
This is just showing character work.
In terms of characterization.
Okay.
Her in-ring ability is... She's good. Okay, fair enough. She's good. She's all right. You know, she's good. You know, I mean, I would say that she's she's a champion for a reason. She is the top fighter in AEW right now. At first, I didn't want to believe it because I have that same vitriol against Toni Storm. But how they've been selling this story... You are very crazy to say that if we're talking about what's going on in the whole of the women's division in terms of what is going on in wrestling right now, you'd be crazy to say that this is not the best thing going. You'd actually be crazy to say, because this has been... They have planned this story. First of all, for you to even have a prospect like Mariah May to come in and have a story like this off the bat and be able to execute. Because when Mariah May came in, I didn't have much hopes for her. I'm going to be honest. But that just seems to be the kind of story for women coming into AEW. You don't really have a story for them. But for her to have this story off the bat and killing it like this, every episode, every promo, every... thing, you'd be crazy not to put the title on Mariah May. Okay. You would be crazy not to put especially in her hometown on a big stage like AEW, All In. You would be crazy not to do that.
Okay,
you would be absolutely crazy. And the fact that I think that if she walks away, like if she doesn't walk away champion, like. I think I'll be upset, you know.
Oh wait, home crowd.
They
gave it to Saraya.
Yeah, but Saraya, like...
No, but that's what I'm saying. They just gave it.
They just gave it to her.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Home crowd.
Yeah.
Home crowd.
So,
okay, maybe.
But the fact that... This is where the difference comes in between Saraya and Mariah May.
Mariah May can actually wrestle.
That... Number one.
Sorry.
Number one, that. But number two, it's just like with Saraya... Obviously, she's an established... Well, at the time, she was an established name, not a talent. So obviously, this is where we talk about making names for people.
Yeah.
And then we just talked about this about the tag team division. Like, they've got so many established tag teams, and now this is the chance for you to establish a tag team. This is a chance for you to establish a name in yourself.
Yeah, and make some history.
And make history, but this is also a time for you to turn around and say, this is how we handle... women's wrestling here at AEW. Whether you guys like it or not, whether you guys complain or not, this is how we handle it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm rooting for Mariah May, but I am, like I said, my hands up. Kudos to Toni Storm.
She's been stellar.
She's been great. She's been great.
Like since April, where like she really locked in with her wrestling again. Because let's be real, the matches before that with the timeless gimmick, like the timeless gimmick itself is incredible, but the matches were not hitting the way a Toni Storm match should. But like after April, after that match she had with Azumi on Collision, she like locked back in. She's been like picture perfect in everything she's done. And like this feud, like the stuff with like Mina as well, when she's gonna be in London that weekend, so maybe she'll get involved. But yeah, Toni Storm has been stellar. I think she's probably Women's Wrestler of the Year.
You know what? I hear it. I actually hear it. I'm actually like, because like I said, when you think about all the other what's going around in the world, in like the world of wrestling, like there's no one.
Or like character of the year.
Character of
Yeah,
the year.
okay, yeah, I see it.
No, but
Women's wrestler of the year is probably Sari, if we're being real.
probably. But yeah, like, nah, she's killed it. She has killed it, man.
I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for her.
Considering like what she was doing in her last like months of WWE.
Oh, let's not talk about that. Let's speed through the rest of them. Let's speed through the rest of them, please.
We've got obviously another women's match: Mercedes versus Dr. Brit Baker.
I'll be very quick with this. I'm not convinced there'll be a good match.
You don't think so?
I'm not convinced.
I think it's gonna have fantastic vibes.
It's gonna have vibes. It's gonna be a charisma. It's a charisma versus charisma.
Oh, on that basis, sure. On the actual match,
The wrestling,
I'm
gonna
not
be
convinced. I'm not convinced. Charisma, yeah. The actual
I
match,
think the
not
crowd's
convinced.
gonna carry it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I am not convinced.
DMD. CEO.
Yeah.
DMD.
Yeah,
No.
but definitely two women with amazing charisma. The actual wrestling, right.
No, we have to talk about this. No.
We don't have time.
We have time. We will make time for Mercedes versus Dr. Britt Baker. The build up to this, yeah. First of all, the build up to this, yeah, I can't.
So
lie.
I have to just quickly interject. That laugh was the Trish Stratus. That was the feeler.
It's time to rock and roll.
That was actually the laugh. Anyway, carry on.
Listen, the build up to this, yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's not been Tony Storm, Mariah May build up,
Yeah.
but I've enjoyed it, especially when you start bringing in backstage antics and suspensions. I live for it.
Yeah.
Does anyone? Is no one else living for it?
Well, I've not really been watching it.
Charlie, you not been living for it?
You're not living for it? I only
No,
watched recently with it. I think it's been fine. I think it sounds like to me, based on what you guys have been saying, the Tony Storm versus Mariah. I can't say her name. Mariah May has had a lot more. What's the word? There's just a lot more oomph. In that and stuff. I was about to call her DMD. Brit Baker and Mercedes Moné. I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure it's been good. I haven't really seen as much. I feel like if the feud was like that stellar, I'd be seeing a lot of it on Reddit and Twitter, and I haven't. Because that's how I get my wrestling news.
You get your wrestling news from Reddit?
This is our Reddit correspondent right here. If we have correspondents here, Reddit correspondent here, Twitter correspondent here, and Chidera. What would you say Chidera is?
She's all of them.
She's all of them. She's
all
of them.
Yeah.
She's the big
Yeah,
three.
I never really got into wrestling Twitter. But the birth of Squared Circle, it's problematic. But when the pipe bomb happened, that birth, I got swept in. So anyway.
So you've been on Reddit for time.
Before I officially made an account, I just used to like stalk it on my laptop. And then I officially made the account, I think, at uni. But yeah, when I get my even for Twitter, when I get my happy anniversary things, I actually have to hide because it's so bad. I was on social media from a young age. It was not good.
I was the Twitter original. I was there in 2009.
I was there.
I was there when it was Monsters versus Believers who wanted to see who wanted to get their Lady Gaga or Justin Bieber to what's it called, 1 billion followers. And obviously Lady Gaga got there first.
I was a 2010 Twitter babe. But yeah.
Anyway, before we digress. But yeah, obviously, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Who do we think?
Oh, I would say Mercedes. Sorry, I forgot to say who won. I think it's
Mercedes.
Mercedes. It's definitely Mercedes. I don't know how, and please do correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how much power. I know that she has. What's it? Producer? Ugh, I can't speak today. Producer, like she
has producer rights.
Is that what it is? What did Hulk Hogan have?
Creative rights.
Yeah, doesn't she have that?
I don't know.
Oh, I read somewhere that she did. I'm not read it.
Are we talking about creative control?
Yeah, doesn't she have creative control?
She probably has influence over her creative control. And Peppermint as well, but I can't remember what her first name is. Like the ex-WWE writer, I know her and Mercedes work quite closely together on her story.
I think she's not ready to drop it.
You think?
Oh no, I think she's gonna stay double champ.
Yeah.
I think she might even become triple champ.
Triple
champ.
I think after whoever wins their AEW championship match, she's gonna go for the AEW championship.
If that happens,
you think that'd be bad booking?
Legit, I was just about to say, if that happens, then we know for sure she has creative control. She got too excited.
She could not hold the TBS and the World Championship.
Oh man, it's Mercedes though.
It is Mercedes, but the division has 2 belts, and that's gonna kill all the storylines.
Yeah, you've merged it.
That's
like,
true.
you need a mid-card title.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually true. Okay,
She needs to give up one.
Okay, I was here for the chaos. But then no, but the thing is, New Japan Strong Championship is New Japan.
Yeah.
So you're not convinced. You're like, move on.
Next match.
I'm not here for this.
Next match.
I don't want to hear it. Okay. Then we've got the ladder match, with which we've got 1,400 names.
Oh,
we've got the patriarchy, which is Christian, Killswitch. Every time I want to say Killswitch, I want to say Killswitch Engage. But yeah, Christian, Killswitch, Nick Wayne with Mother Wayne, and then we've got Bang Bang G. We've got Bang Bang Gang. Let's be serious now, guys. Bang Bang Gang. We've got Juice Robinson, Austin, and Colton, and then we've got House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews for the AEW World Trios Championship.
And a mystery team that we don't know yet.
And a mystery team. That could be... Wait, I'll show you. Hold on. I was going to say that could be your Motor City Machine Guns, but then I remember this.
No, wait. Are the Hardys on this
Hardys
card?
are left.
I don't pay attention. I just remembered that like there was talks about them. Like
Jeff Hardy left like months ago.
Was it months ago?
Like Jeff and Matt left a while ago, and they should not be brought back.
They shouldn't. Oh wait, no, they're doing like a weird resurrection tour thing, aren't they?
They've been in TNA.
They need to go back to the WWE,
Okay.
have their Hall of Fame.
No, they don't need to be anywhere. They actually need to be retired.
But that's it. Have their Hall of Fame tour and call it a day.
They filmed content with WWE recently.
Oh,
yeah, that's what they need to be doing.
Okay,
but yeah,
not me thinking
get
they were
them on
be
the Legends still.
Oh yeah, not me. Not me thinking that they could have been this surprised.
Can Jeff Hardy even come to the UK? Like, no, genuinely, can he?
I mean, he's not been to the UK for a long time.
He's not been here in a minute.
It's a new government. We don't know. It's not like Theresa.
Oh, he's definitely not coming then.
Yeah. It's not like Theresa May and Tyler.
No, it's giving Tory light. He's not in this country. Like, nah, forget about it.
For the mystery team, though, like you said about the machine guns, just give them a third person. What's Ricochet up to?
Oh wait, isn't Ricochet supposed to?
Oh my god, it could be Bobby Lashley. Yeah. What did they call themselves? Hurt Conglomerate or something.
They can't be the conglomeration.
Oh yeah, that's
a thing.
Yeah, but oh my god, it could be the Hurt Business.
It could be Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley.
No, but wait, no compete clause.
It ran out on August 8th.
Oh god, this is why we have Charlie.
Well, his contract expired on August 8th.
Oh, because like
he didn't have a no compete clause because of like he wasn't like released. His contract was just expired.
Okay, it could happen.
Oh my god, it could actually be the Hurt Business.
Do you think they'll try and retain that music? Yeah, do you think they can get it?
I hope so. I mean, like,
would you put MVP in this match, or would you find a third person to be in the Hurt Business?
No, MVP will be on the outside.
It could be literally MVP on the outside, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Ricochet as the new member.
It could be Ricochet, yeah.
Because they need that high flyer. Because I remember we were talking about it. Cedric Alexander is still
also Leo Rush. He's in the UK,
and he's in the. He's in the UK
right
looking to eat Greg's. Listen, Leo Rush, let's have a chat.
Look, oddly enough, Americans really seem to like it.
I love Greg's.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a Greg's before
I came
here. Nah, do you know what? Because you're not eating it correct. You need a steak baked with some ketchup.
No, that's falling off still.
With ketchup.
That's
beef
still
and tomato,
off.
Girl, come on.
Girl, it's still falling off.
I love
Greg's ain't the same. It's still falling off.
It's beautiful.
I will always go for a Greg's if I'm like out of my home county. But my home county has like this chain of bakeries called Simmons, and it is the best thing in my life. I love Simmons so much.
Literally, like, come on, girl.
If you're ever in Hertfordshire,
you're acting as if I don't go to Greg's. I like Greg's, but we can admit it's falling off.
The festive like bake that they do at Christmas
alarms.
time. That really threw me off.
It freaked me out too. I was confused. I just remembered I had an alarm to leave for my train.
Regardless, it could be Leo Rush, could be Ricochet.
It could be. I would, but do you think Leo Rush would come back to AEW though? I mean, on the basis that he left.
he's been booked in AEW several times in the past several months. He was in the Forbidden Door ladder match for the TNT title.
Oh my god, he was.
He's been booked. He's like teaming up with like Top Flight again at the moment. AJ,
wait, we didn't even hear who will you choose so we can go on to the next one.
Who did I choose?
Oh, I think House of Black are winning the belt.
House of Black.
I really want it to be Bang Bang Gang, you know. I like them.
Bang Bang
because
Gang.
and then what's it called? Jay White.
Oh.
Could be coming back.
Okay.
There is a gauntlet match.
There is a gauntlet match, exactly.
Next match?
Casino Gauntlet. We'll get to that match. Casino Gauntlet match. Jay White. Yeah.
Jay White, done.
And
Jay
then
White.
obviously
I do not think Jay White is winning the gauntlet. I think Hangman is.
Hangman.
No, of course, Hangman.
Okay.
Yeah. But okay, then we've got the two sort of more important matches, well, the more built up matches. Obviously, the first one being MJF versus Will Ospreay.
I don't think MJF is
I'm
losing.
not excited.
You're not excited?
Do you
I
think
am kind of excited.
Ospreay's gonna get this? I don't think so.
The AEW American Championship.
Wait, what'd you do?
Oh.
I think. Oh my god! Hold on. Why didn't we say? No, forget it. Don't worry. I was gonna say. What's Will Ospreay's team called again?
United Empire.
United Empire.
That could be one of the trios.
That could be one of the trios. Anyway, MJF versus Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay.
I think Ospreay takes the belt.
I think
back.
Ospreay's
Really?
taking it.
Okay, I'll go with that.
I really didn't like their Dynamite match that they had, so
And
I have complicated feelings about it. I think that they could have a very, very good match, but I'm very scared of how they're gonna wrestle it on Sunday. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Luckily
We'll
for
see.
you won't get suspended for saying you didn't like it.
This is true.
So
Lucky for me.
independent voice, independent party.
Indeed.
And then obviously we've got Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson.
Swerve.
A title versus career match for the AEW
Oh,
World
I didn't know.
Championship.
I spoke too soon.
We spoke
He's
too
alright.
Title
soon.
versus career, man.
He always
Let's
said he
just
wanted-
say that,
Final countdown.
yeah. Let's just say that Swerve
Oh.
has been very, very obsessed with ending Bryan Danielson's career.
What? We got a legend killer in AEW.
Yes, we do.
Okay. I don't know. You know, I don't want to say anything because I'm gonna get caught out, like I have many times. So I'll just say it will be a very, very good match.
It will be a very good.
It
It'll
will.
be an incredible.
It will be a very good main event. Please, Danielson, don't be doing those weird, like he does this weird thing in
The
the
seizure
ring,
stuff.
the
The
seizure
seizure
stuff. Please don't. Like it's okay. It doesn't have to get that far.
But it could be
Um,
his final match.
Do you really?
It could be. That's what. They're,
Is that
that's
how
what
it's
they're
been
trying
built
to, yeah.
towards? Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what they're trying to sell it as.
Swerve then. I'll just say Swerve.
I think Brian's going over.
Okay.
think
But
Bryan too.
his media efforts, where he's just telling everyone that he's ready to retire, he is not selling this match the way that it should be sold. Swerve has single-handedly made the build worth it.
Oh, okay.
And I love Bryan Danielson. This is not slander. It kind of is slander. It is criticism. But he's one of my goats. Please don't come for me. He has not built this match well.
Really? Well, that's why I'm thinking Swerve. But anyway, I'm better at WWE predictions. AEW.
I think Bryan Danielson's taking it.
Taking it.
I think I would like him to take it. You know, hold it up for because. I'm sorry, a name like Bryan Danielson not being champion in AEW, let's not make that Cody mistake. But someone like Bryan Danielson not being AEW World Championship.
There was
like,
just so many better opportunities for him to win the belt.
Yeah.
But regardless.
Right. So wait. So then, are you saying that you think Swerve has run his course on this thing?
I mean, he's young. He's like one of their top talents. He's absolutely going to hold the belt again.
Okay.
And it's not like he's been a transitional champion or anything. He has done a lot with that belt in the last 4 months he's had it. So,
like, I mean, obviously we have our reservations about Swerve in terms of his politics, but when we're
Indeed.
talking about in terms of what he's done talent-wise,
Right.
like at first I didn't have no belief in him because I just didn't like his politics. But in terms of him being like a solid champion, he's been one of the better few. Like he's actually
Okay.
been fantastic as a champion. And, you know, so many memorable matches, like with Hangman, with
Oh God. Yeah.
with you guys watched
Yeah.
that?
Let's not.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We did
Hold
watch
on.
this.
We've opened a can of worms. By the way, these two, go and watch them on Wrestling's watching.
Wrestle House. What was the match again?
it was Hangman versus Swerve at Full Gear in a Texas death match.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one where
Was that the one with the screwdriver?
and the one where people
Yeah.
were
and the
drinking
stapler
blood.
and the drinking blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ice stuff where I
Yeah.
freaked
Yep,
out.
absolutely.
You were like hiding behind.
It was gross.
So if you're wondering, oh my god, why have these two got so much chemistry? Yes, they were on a couch together watching one of the most brutal matches out there. So please go check out that and give them a thumbs up. They're really good. I enjoyed it. Very entertaining episode. But yeah, we have said Bryan Danielson as well,
I'm happy to move to I always get his name confused.
Cool.
Danielson.
The amount of times I've called him Daniel Bryan.
I call him Daniel Bryan to this day. Like, I keep on forgetting.
No, sometimes I even have to be like, is it Bryan Danielson?
Yeah.
Or is it Danielson Bryan?
Yeah.
Like, was it Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryanson? Like, that is what comes out sometimes.
What is it? But
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, I almost messed out there. Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But-
I'm so glad I'm not doing media on Sunday, or I was going to call him the wrong name to his
Oh my god,
face.
are you just,
really?
Are you going just as
I'm going as a fan.
You're going
Oh,
as
you're
a fan
going
this
as a
time.
I'm
fan.
going as just a fan this year.
Oh, tell us how that goes. Like, tell us what the difference is.
What, like going as a fan
And
like,
going as
first?
media.
Like Wembley Stadium specifically, like because it's a stadium, they like have this box that you go and sit in, and like you've got little screens up there. They've got like catering and stuff. Very weird experience.
Catering?
There was catering. There was food.
They get
like,
chargers.
we
They
did
get charging
chargers
ports.
as well. Like
Look.
the Wi-Fi actually worked up there. Like
Look, guys, keep on supporting us because we want to have these catering experiences. I'm just there to eat. Like, do you know what I mean?
Not there to work.
the food was pretty good as well. I was hungover at last year's All In, and I went up there and I ate. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible.
This is the best food I've ever eaten.
but,
Hungover
like,
food?
Genuinely, and it was like I think I had like basically a fancy spaghetti bolognese. It was so
As
good.
someone who used to work at Wembley Stadium in the fancy boxes as well and stuff, yeah, I love it when they actually give us the food when they used to give us the food afterwards. It's really good
Sick.
food.
It is a really cool experience doing it as media. But like I watched a few matches on the floor last year, like with my brother. I just wanted to do the whole show, like on the floor in the atmosphere. I didn't want to watch Danielson versus Swerve up in a box, like on.
Yeah, it's
with,
really
like,
far, isn't it?
And I have a lot of respect for a lot of people in media. Sitting with them to watch wrestling shows is not very fun.
Right.
And
okay.
this is no tea, no shade to anyone, but like I love to like be involved in the atmosphere and that, and it's just a different because it's like a work environment.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
girl, maybe you can't. Maybe we can't.
Like
Listen, I'm there
it's
for the
not
food.
always like that.
Look,
for every show. but-
Literally we'll talk about the match, but this one when it was MJF versus Oku, she was screaming DMD at MJF. She was screaming.
No,
you can't do media.
Listen, the crowd
be
was
saying
doing it, so
stuff.
I did it.
Yeah, but media isn't doing that.
Oh my god, I was screaming. Oh my god, I was literally screaming free Brit Baker.
Yeah. That's what she's
I was
doing.
literally
She's
screaming
like DMD, free Brit and stuff. Yeah, like media's just watching. It's by the sounds of it. Sounds like they're not
it's just, like,
interacting.
Like they do react to stuff in that. They're not just like sat there like.
Can you
sort of thing,
imagine?
but I don't know. Like when I went to like Revolution, I got so lucky because I was sat with like Alexia and like Haley and Lyric, and so like it was just a bunch of the girls together. So it was like a more fun atmosphere. But
Yeah.
it's not always like that. It's not always like that.
Well. But anyway, that has been our AEW All In Predictions. Obviously, as we mentioned beforehand, probably the way AEW works,
There'll be 7 more matches.
700
Oh, we
more
didn't
matches.
even mention the pre-show match.
Oh yeah, Chris Statlander versus
Statlander and Stokely versus Willow and Ishii.
I think that's gonna be a fun match.
I think it's gonna be super fun.
I think it's gonna be fun. Do you know what? I'll actually give it to them.
I think Stat and Stokely are losing.
I'll give it to Willow.
I think Willow and Ishii are winning.
I love that actually. That's actually a good tag team.
The conglomeration, man.
That's actually a good tag team when you think about it. And then obviously the stipulation, whoever wins gets to choose.
I think that it's going to be a dog collar match at All Out.
You think so?
God.
They're like Stokely's like really leaning into like this like the dog barking thing, and they're like really overplaying it. I think it's going to be the first women's dog collar match.
She's gonna be like, "Ooh."
Did you see the clip of him at Collision where he started barking and
No.
his like voice cut out in the first bark and it was really high pitched? You need you need to watch it.
It was
I
giving,
love
it was giving
Stokely.
Chihuahua.
It genuinely was.
He's giving Chihuahua.
Shout out Stokely Hathaway, one of the funniest guys in the company.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. When Stokely came into AEW, I wasn't a fan because I was thinking that this guy's really just trying to make it all about him. But he's actually been really entertaining. Like I like that entertaining aspect that he gives.
Yeah. Him and Stat is great.
Him and Stat. Yeah, I love that. Do you know what I love? I love this dynamic of a small man and a big woman. Is that just me? I love it.
Sick.
Love it. Love it. But anyway, now it's time for the best part of the show. It is the Rock and Suck review. Charlie, you've been here before. You know how it goes. We review matches. We give it a rock if we like it. We give it a suck if we hate it. So first of all, should we start off with Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida?
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yep. First things first, why is the champion coming out first?
Why is the champion coming out
Why
first?
do they do this?
Why? And
WWE is also culprit to that as well sometimes. Why is the champion coming first?
My theory in this situation is that it was the opening match of Dynamite. So the very first thing that people saw when they tuned into Dynamite was Mercedes Moné.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
It's important for viewer retention in that first 2 minutes. Well, the first thing they see is are they going to stick around?
Right? Okay.
That's actually a good. That's actually a good idea.
That's a good idea.
For me, this match has been a long time coming. Like both women are extremely talented in the ring. I love both women. Like I think, Hikaru Shida, AEW original versus AEW newbie. Like it was bound to happen. Obviously, I wish it happened at a more bigger scale.
Yeah.
But with regards to this match, I think this is just a taster as to what might happen in the future.
No, for sure. It wasn't supposed to be like this big out stellar match. It's the introduction. But in a way, you kind of wish they had a big out stellar match because you know they both have the capability to do so, and they would be able to do great chemistry together in the ring. I think the theme is growing on me a little. I don't know why. Maybe I need just a little longer to accept the CEO, but the bass.
I'm not gonna lie, the rapping part was lit.
Yeah.
Like when you hear the rapping part, I'm like, okay, this is actually a lit song.
Yeah, but it's slowly growing on me. Maybe we just gotta stop with the CEO.
Maybe you need to come to a Wembley Stadium and hear it live.
Oh my god, we are gonna kill it.
Look, it depends how much these tickets cost. I'm fine with just going to the first one and never going again. I won't get FOMO the second time. The first one, I was going to get FOMO for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It made sense that I had to be there and stuff. And it'll be the same if WrestleMania randomly came to London. I have to be there. It doesn't matter.
That's how tapped out of WWE. I'm just like, if it came
she
to
won't care.
London, I just won't care.
I'm just like, oh god.
I skipped Money in the Bank willingly. I was just like, I don't care.
I mean, I don't mind that we didn't go. Like having this stuff at the O2 is very annoying.
Yeah.
Like they could do it at better places.
Hate the O2 as a venue.
Yeah. Oh, now that I realize I can use O2 Priority to get access to the Blue Room, I will go every time. But anyway, I do. Oh, I actually wanted to ask you both a question because it came to my mind at work. Do you think Mercedes overuses the Meteora?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. So it wasn't just me.
100%.
I feel validated since I'm not watching.
It's like a move that she has that looks pretty much flawless every time she does it.
Yeah.
And I think because of if we're being realistic, she's had 6 matches since she's come back. Like she's still getting her step back. Like she's incredible. I love Mercedes. She's been a little bit rocky in some of the matches, and it's understandable. She was out for over a year.
Yeah.
But because of the Meteora, it's an easy move for her to hit, and it always looks forwards. I think she's been relying on it a little bit too much.
Okay.
I even think commentary said that it's pretty standard that you know that she's going to do the Meteora.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just you as a wrestler, how are you going to react to the Meteora?
Yeah.
And Shida, I think at one point she did react to it. I think she gave a really good reversal to it. Or am I mistaking that for
there was the Three Amigos where she did the Falcon Arrow, which was great.
Yeah, one of the best Falcon Arrows I've
literally
ever
so
seen.
nice, so nice.
One of the best.
So nice.
That was towards the end. But also, just to go back on Shida, I think for me in this match, Shida was more of the shining star in this match because she had more of a story to tell.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mercedes' part was going to be I'm dealing with Britt Baker later. But the thing is with Shida, she over time she's become more aggressive. I remember when Shida, when I first started watching AEW, Shida was this sort of this happy-go-lucky cosplaying, not katana, what's the thing called? What's the stick called?
Oh, kendo stick.
The kendo stick wielding type, yeah. Fun. Like she had a bubbly personality, but over time she's sort of getting more aggressive.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, like, especially, like, why is AEW not capitalizing on this, like, at a bigger scale? Because clearly there's like a potential story here. She's, like I said, she's an AEW original. She's becoming more aggressive, and AEW is constantly getting new talent, and the more talent that they bring, the more kind of push back the AEW originals.
That's a storyline right there.
Exactly. They're getting pushed back. And like I said, Shida's accolades, and Shida is so loved by the crowd. Like, they love, like, no one can hate Shida. Like, whenever she turns up, she's like, yeah.
She gets a massive
She gets a massive thing. So why is it, she's not small fry. She's actually, like, one of the big names there. So, I don't know. They could do something with this, but maybe like I said, this could be down the line where, this can be like a series that she has with Mercedes, but not just Mercedes, other people as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just how I felt, like, in terms of this match.
It does feel like Shida is going to be turning heel at some point, but also AEW's women's division, as good as it has been, they kind of lack, like, top baby faces, and she would need to face a top baby face to do this heel turn with. And you can't turn Mercedes baby face right now. She, like, and I don't know that I would want it to be against Britt Baker, so you're waiting for the likes of someone like Willow to be freed up from her current storyline. So I feel like they're just kind of stalling with that at the moment. But regardless, she has been on form. She was on form in this match, and she definitely shined. I was curious to see how long it would go, because it was the opening match.
It didn't go that long.
And it still didn't get the same sort of time that the opening match normally does.
No, it was a 20-minute time limit.
Yeah.
And how long did it go for? I remember it going pretty quick.
It was like 10, 11 minutes.
10, 11 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
And normally the opening match goes through the first quarter, which they didn't do here.
Interesting.
So, AEW, what's that about? Like, this is the first time you have deviated from having the opening match not be over 15 minutes for a very long time.
Oh, dear. Okay.
It was looking like, because I know the main event of that one was what? Swerve versus Yuta Wheeler, which I think that's...
Wheeler Utah.
Yuta Wheeler. Do you know what? I don't know why I said it like that, sorry. But yeah, Wheeler Utah. But yeah, like, I'm not going to lie, that's a bit of a... Probably give more time to that, I guess.
Did the Acclaimed and the Bucks need 18 minutes?
Probably not.
If you were going to do a disqualification, why did it go over 15?
Ooh. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. Anyway, what do we give it?
No, but you know what? Yeah. Okay. Before we give it a rating, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I really did like about this match, especially, like, you could see, like, this is what I mean. Shida was actually making Mercedes struggle a bit.
Yeah, those kicks.
That's another thing. If you're gonna sell Shida's kicks as devastating, capitalize on it.
Yeah.
This, you've got it. You've literally got the pieces. You've got the pieces. Now let's start cooking with Shida. Do you get what I mean? But yeah. That's neither here or there. But yeah, there were some moves that were executed perfectly. I mean, I liked Shida's Inzaguri and her reversal of the
Three Amigos that became the Two Amigos. No, that was really good. As we said before, really great Falcon Arrow. And I just realized I wrote those Mercedes overused the Meteora. It's feeling like the Usos and their affinity for super kicks. Whoopsie. It just, I felt like Shida's moves were a lot more hard hitting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So every time she did Meteora, I was just like, oh, really? Doesn't seem like
her
it's doing much.
bag's so deep as well.
Yeah, like, she's got so many moves. But anyway, yeah.
But let's go on to rating the match. For me, I thought it was a good TV match.
I think it's a rock.
It was like I said, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was the starter. I feel like it was the amuse-bouche of what is to come.
Little sample.
Little sample.
And we look forward to seeing that happens. What would you give it?
I give it a rock.
I give it a rock as well. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It should
be a pay-per-view match at some point.
Oh, for sure.
And
Full
then,
gear.
Yep, and they put it in full gear.
And
they put it in full gear.
It should be the match that main events the pay-per-view for the first time for the women. I think that is a big enough match in terms of the women's division. I thought Willow and Mercedes was a big enough match, so Shida Mercedes absolutely is.
It's a big enough match for sure.
Period. Anyway, that's it. I rock. Now we move on to MJF versus Michael Oku at Summer Sizzler for the AEW American Championship.
Yep.
Which, first of all, y'all are gonna hate me. I love the theatrics of this match. I'm so sorry.
What, the
MJF
coming out? I would have been fine with it if he was. I'm not saying you need to be careful because it's wrestling, but okay, let me just say what I want to say. I read a really interesting article, and I will name this person, Neil David, on the Voices of Wrestling, and I find myself agreeing with him on MJF's heel tactics of dancing the line on purpose in terms of being a heel, and whether actually using cheap heat isn't actually being a good heel at all. It was fun for a good second, and then like the usual I'm American versus like the British and blah blah blah. But then he went into the far right riots. In fact, I shouldn't even call them far right riots. The racial and Islamophobic riots that have been happening in the UK, and talked about neo-Nazis running around. And I was just thinking to myself, that like generated a lot of fear for people, and still is generating fear for people. And I don't think to use it as cheap heat would have been great in a wrestling show. And then also just looking at the dynamics of the crowd in British wrestling. And I was like, remember, I looked at you and I looked around to be like, who else in here looks like us and stuff, and you're doing that. He also called Michael Oku a terrorist, which I'm still trying to figure out what that was. In this context, that never works and stuff. And I think sometimes it reminds me of Cody versus, what's his name?
Anthony Ogogo.
And then also trying to use the whole American versus British thing, but it's a black man, and trying to apply, there's no intersectionality, no nuance in this wrestling involvement. And then the Hulk Hogan stuff. It was funny, but in the context of when he now called Michael Oku a terrorist, and he's wearing Hulk Hogan's colours, and Hulk Hogan is a well-known racist.
And it was Hulk Hogan's birthday.
Oh! Then then in that bit, I'm just a bit like, you know, you should think a little bit more. Just a little bit more and stuff. Other than that, it was like when he came out with the flag, I thought that was really funny. Everything was fine until he started talking.
Yeah. When I talk about the theatrics of it, when I talk about the theatrics, I mean, like, I meant exactly that in terms of coming out with the flag.
With the flag, he looked like the eagle. He looked like the world eagle.
And then when he was cutting a promo, when he said, "I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man," I was just like, okay.
Yeah, that was fine.
I was just like, okay, I hear where we're going here.
Yeah.
That was creative in my eyes. But then everything else, I mean, especially something what we've just been going through where it's actually sparked sort of national kind of fear in the country.
And it's like still happening.
And it's still happening.
Yeah. Like at the time the show was like, it was still actively happening.
Yeah, it was still actively happening,
Because, like a lot of people were scared to leave their house.
So I feel like there's so many better ways to get heat, especially with British crowds. They will boo anything that you say.
Yeah.
You don't have to like lean on something that's like basically a national tragedy, like at that level, when it's literally so fresh in everyone's mind. And I know that's exactly why he did it, because it was so fresh and it was something that he could reference and like it would get a reaction. But it's just like, bro, you are stooping to Max Caster levels with stuff like that.
Yeah, like, be a heel, be a true heel, and a true heel
be a smart heel. Stop getting all your promos with the fucking Reddit material. I don't want to hear it anymore.
You know what? That makes sense, because he also said British women's vaginas smell of fish and chips, and that's very
so
Reddit. That's very Reddit. As someone who's on Reddit, that's very Reddit. Like,
listen to any MJF promo within like the last 2 years, they're all so online.
Someone is spending a lot of time in Squared Circle.
Someone spends a lot of time scrolling Twitter. Like, bro, you do not need to be referenced those things. This feud with Ospreay, sorry, I know we're reviewing the Oku match.
No, bring it up.
This feud with Ospreay would have been so much better. Like, because Max is American champion right now, whatever. He's doing what Ospreay loves to do, and that's traveling the world to defend a belt. Like Ospreay spent his last year in New Japan calling himself the last world beater. All Max had to do was be like, I'm doing your gimmick better than you are. That's all they had to do for this build. But no, he's a real American, but he shits on the American towns that they're in because no one's as good as fucking Long Island. It's so dumb. I hate it.
I forgot Long Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, he really played it up for the British crowd,
he really did.
Not in a good way.
He really did play it up. But in terms of the match, so like I was trying to remember really my favorite bits, and I've come to realize all my favorite like moves came from Michael Oku, and not MJF at all. There was a really great combination where it was, I think so, MJF stepped on him and did a salute, which also, like, because we really care about that, that's going to create cheap heat. No one blinked, like no one blinked with the salute. The step on him, yes. But then I think he tried to do a springboard moonsault, he missed. And then Michael Oku did a running knee and then did a springboard moonsault. And it was just so fast, and the fluidity of it. Michael Oku is like a top one. And the frog splash on Instagram, I was just like, splash away, Michael, splash away.
Oh my God.
He got really great height. So I was just like, no.
Yeah. He's really good in terms of like how he executes his diving moves. He can really go.
Yeah.
He
was
really go.
He was really, really good. So wait, no, MJF did win the match. I was about to say it ended in disqualification.
I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely predicted that MJF was gonna
win the match.
Yeah.
But obviously we're an Ospreay stan account, so it was really nice to see. We absolutely lost our minds.
I lost my mind
when Ospreay came out. But overall, I think it was a decent match. I don't think it was. You asked me, AJ, if this was going to be Michael Oku's test for AEW, and I said no. That was his test would have been Ospreay's last match, which was 10 times better than this match. This match was average at best, and actually MJF spent more time getting cheap heat than
working the crowd.
Than actually having the match.
No, 100%. I thought it was a decent match. I'm not gonna lie. It moves on to the question of Michael Oku going to AEW.
Yes.
How I knew, like a lot of people, how I knew that it was my favorite way of knowing was when Luke Jacobs obviously because him and Luke Jacobs have a match at the Copper Box this Saturday when this episode will be released. Yeah, and Luke Jacobs said, "Wow, Michael Oku's pissing about trying to be all elite." I was cracking up, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? He's given us the answer." So Michael Oku, perspective wise, is. I mean, what do you think, Charlie? I think he's there already.
I think that there is every chance he is going to pop up in the Casino Gauntlet at All In. I think that there is a very strong chance that Oku's going to AEW. Yeah.
Ooh, imagine Wembley screaming back at you. Now we play.
Oh, I wish that for him.
Oh, the tears.
It'd be a really cool moment.
It would be a really, really cool moment. No, I actually wish that for him.
Yeah.
It's like during that Casino battle, like Gauntlet, I just hear now we play, I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's Michael Oku.
Oh, that would be nice.
No, do you know what? He's been killed. Like it's a long time coming.
Yeah. My only concern is, and like obviously we haven't got a lot of time to talk about this right now, but like who steps up? Obviously Jacobs is going to be the one to take the belt, but their main event scene is slimming out. So who steps up?
Robbie X. Anyway,
Robbie fucking X.
Connor Mills, JJ Gale.
Yeah.
But I think definitely it's going to be Luke Jacobs for the time being. I was going to say even Ricky Knight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't know that he got injured.
Pass.
That was really...
Okay, you said pass.
Oh,
he said no.
Okay.
But yeah.
He did get injured.
He did. He got injured. But yeah, at one point I would have thought it would have been him. But yeah. I mean, Michael Oku potentially AEW bound following this match, and you know, kudos to him. But then overall, the match for me, how did you feel? Overall, apart from stripping away the cheap heat.
See, I was in the crowd, so I actually thought it rocked. And that's what always happens when you're in the crowd. But you watched it.
I watched it from home last night, and it is a sock for me.
There you go.
Unfortunately,
it's a sock. Yeah. It's when you're in the crowd,
When you're in the
you
crowd,
get swept
you
up.
get swept up in the moment.
You get swept up,
Yeah.
and I haven't watched it like since, so I actually don't know. Will Ospreay just took my whole heart from
Will
that.
Ospreay stole it.
That's
from
what
me.
makes it.
Ospreay stole
really
it.
I
Same.
mean, if Ospreay, who wasn't in the match, is taking it for you, what does that say about the match?
There you go.
itself?
So it
There we
sucks.
go.
It sucks.
And on that note, we finished the episode. Thank you, Charlie, for WrestlePurists.
Where
for
can we
coming.
find you, Charlie? Where can we find you? Sorry.
You can find me on Twitter. I can't remember what my eyes off the top of my head, but
We tried.
Go to WrestlePurists. You'll find my content on there. I write, I podcast.
Great articles as well.
Great articles, and she's got Girls on Graps as well.
Sometimes it may come back eventually.
It's still there, and obviously, if you're going to any wrestling show,
You might see me.
you will see her.
You would definitely see her.
You
What
will
do you
definitely
mean?
see her. She's there.
Your hair alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's there, and she's cool as hell. Honestly, one of our favorite guests. We love to have you. Please come again. But I've been your girl, AJ. Hold it down.
I can't do it. Oh, I'm Natalie.
And you have listened to Wrestling is Too Much Fun. You know where to find us.
Oh, there we go.
Deuces. Peace.